Luke here, LTR Performance. Welcome to the channel. It's our first ever video. Never done it before, so it won't be perfect. So we have TJ's TTRS here. It's still on cast block, so it's the Mk2 TTRS. So it's on a CZGB block. We've built this from the ground up. So the spec is we've got JDY 300M drag spec rods in it, tall steel pins, ARP 625 bolts for the rods, ARP main studs, full king race bearings. We have modified the oil pump in-house to run a slightly higher pressure, because obviously what we're expecting from this car is going to put a lot of pressure on the bottom rod bearings where they run around the crankshaft. So yeah, so that's that bit, that's the bottom end. In terms of cylinder head, we have strip cams, we have Worcester valves with Worcester springs and retainers. Intake wise, we have billet runners, billet plenum. We've got 5 DI injectors in the cylinder head with an uprated high pressure fuel pump. We've got 5 port injectors, which are ID 1050s, I believe. We upgraded low pressure fuel pump to a JDY 1000 horsepower plus kit, which is 2 in-tank pumps. Then obviously we put full AN fittings on the tank to bring it through PTFE braided fuel hose to the front, where we then split the fuel hose, so one to feed the DI injectors and high pressure fuel pump, and one to feed the port injectors, because we're going to need a lot of fuel. So turbo wise, we're running a Precision 7675. It's a 5 branch manifold. It's been off the thermomet and had its heat coating on. 3.5 inch downpipe. We've custom made the exhaust from downpipe back. Gearbox upgrades. So the usual for the gearbox is DQ500. So uprated clutch pack. TJ's opted for wave track differential, which we fitted in the front, and to upgrade the oil transfer tubes. The original ones are plastic, so we've upgraded them to aluminium. Full Vibrotechnic engine mounts throughout. He's uprated the brakes on it, front and rear. It was done previous to it getting here. The wings, he has had wider ones put on, and it's got to go back to have that painted along with the front bumper. It's a IROS intercooler, which originally isn't for this car. They don't really make a big one like that for this platform that's a bolt-on that can handle upwards of 1000 horsepower. So this is an IROS one, and it is from a 8V RS3, which we've had to do a bit of modification on to make it fit, but it all seems to be quite snug. We've obviously made the bracketry and everything for it to work and be held nice and tight. One thing he did say was he wanted to retain the air conditioning system, so we've worked around, done a bit of fabrication so that the aircon works as it should. It's had its first start, so we run it up, we just check for any leaks or anything. It all seems good, so we're just going to continue putting it back together, and then what we will do is I will go and stock ECU. We'll create a quick base for it, cap all the boost out and everything, so he can put some miles on the car. Once he's run it in, he'll bring it back, we'll drop the oil, do the filter, check everything over, then we will swap it onto its Cyvex, which we already have, because we need to swap to Cyvex to run the extra 5 injectors in the runners. Stock management can only run 5 DI injectors. We can't make stock management run an extra 5 injectors, so Cyvex is the only way to manage that. We've got water methanol injection fitted, so we've got an injector or a nozzle for every runner. So there's 5 runners, so there's 1 in each, it's direct port, and then we've got 1 in the top of the boost pipe just as it enters the throttle body. So we're expecting big things from this car. We're expecting upwards of 1000 horsepower, so we can only try. So the next video we'll put up will be us putting it onto the Cyvex, getting a base calibration in there, setting all the safety margins, setting up the logger and everything like that, and then we will move it onto the dyno, which is a 4-wheel drive Maha unit, and then we'll obviously start to build it up, but that will probably be a separate video on its own because we've got a few people that want to come down and actually make footage of it on the dyno. So that's where we're at with it. Like I say, first video, it's not going to be perfect, but yeah, if you want to see more, like and subscribe. We'll put more videos up. We do lots of different things here. So we've got another RS3 engine there, which is mine. That's on the 76, 75. So we're going to do a little bit of development with some new injectors that have come to the market to see if we can get to 1000 horsepower on stock management. One of the biggest things or problems with these older ones only having the 5 port injectors is they're around 650 cc. You know, obviously you can increase the pressure to them, which will increase the cc a little bit by putting the high pressure fuel pump in, but they tend to run out of fuel around about 7 to 750 horsepower. So we're going to test these new injectors that have come out. We're working closely with the manufacturer, see if we can put the 5 port injectors, 5 DI injectors in the cylinder head, and see if we can crack 1000 horsepower without obviously having to buy Cyvex, buy billet runners, and everything else to go with it to support the extra injectors. So if we can get enough fuel in through the DI injectors into the cylinder head, and we can get to 1000 horsepower. Obviously, if anyone else does this build in the future or is interested in this build, obviously you can cut about £11,000 off of the total bill by not having to go Cyvex and not needing the extra 5 injectors in the top, because it's not only have you got to buy the injectors, you have to buy the billet runners to house them. Then obviously you need to split your fuel lines. So if we can just try and see how far we can go on a stock ECU, you know, we might not get to 1000, but it's worth a try. So that's what we're going to do. Obviously we do a lot of Goldfast things down here. Full engine builds are all done in-house, gearboxes, all the tuning's done in-house. So yeah, we just like to do lots of different things. It's not only Volkswagens and Audis that we do. We tune all vehicles, normally all on the dyno, unless it's something like a high top transit or something which we can't get onto the dyno. But yeah, all mechanical work is all carried out here. Our engines are built in-house. We then tune them, so then we know exactly what's done to the engine, and we basically just go from there. So, like I say, if you want to see more, like and subscribe, and we'll put some more up, and you'll get to see a bit more of what we do here. So, until next one, Happy New Year.